Good morning. Today and tomorrow, you're going to be focusing on your research. The first thing you will need to do is print off the biography graphic organizer. It looks something like this. It will be connected to your teacher's newsletter, so make sure you check on that link and get it printed. If you do not have a printer, you can always write on a separate sheet of paper. Just make sure you use the same headings as the graphic organizer so we're all collecting the same information. So I'm going to show you how to collect your information and organize it using this graphic organizer today. So I'm going to share with you my screen, and we're going to go back to Pebble Go. We looked at Pebble Go yesterday, and I chose the interesting person, Dave Pilkey. So I'm going to continue to do my research on him. I like Pebble Go because it does have this feature of reading it to you. I am not going to read every single tab to you. I'm just going to show you how each tab kind of allows me to know where to put some of the information on my graphic organizer. So here in the introduction, I already have a couple things that I have learned and that I can fill out on my graphic organizer. So we're going to go back to my graphic organizer. On the introduction page, I can use that information to fill out who, which is Dave Pilkey. And I also got it introduced to me why he or she, what he's famous for. And he is an award-winning author. Notice I didn't use complete sentences. That's okay. When we're collecting information, your goal is to just get as much information as you can. So, and I don't want you to copy down the sentences straight from the page. So if you're going to write a sentence, make sure it's in your own words and it's not copied straight from the books that you're reading. So after I write those down, I am going to go back to my Pebble Go, and we'll go to the next tab, which is Early Life. And Early Life actually is the same heading as in our on our graphic organizer. So already on that page, I have learned a little bit more about his early life. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio on March 4th, 1966, and he's still living. It never said that he had passed away, and we know that he's still continuing to make his Dogman book, so he is still alive and well. So if your famous person that you're going to be researching is still alive, you can just put still living. Let's go back to the next heading, and let's learn a little bit more about his life, his childhood.
Challenging childhood.
So in both of these, a little bit in early life and challenging childhood, I've learned a couple more things that I can add to my graphic organizer. I have now learned that school was difficult for him. And again, I put it in my own words or in incomplete sentence or a complete sentence. School was difficult, and teachers thought that he was a troublemaker. And so it goes on to talk about in his childhood, his troubled childhood, that he would actually, by sitting in the hallway, he would draw comics. And that's kind of how he started writing. So we can add that to his early life as well. The next tab we have is getting published. Again, the tabs at the top will all look a little different based on who you're researching. But this page does go on to give me some more information that I can add to my graphic organizer. It tells me that he first published his one of his books in 1986 after winning a contest. So that was the way he first published his first book, was by writing a contest. So again, I can put that under what he or she is famous for, because that's something that kind of started off his career, is that first published piece. And then we can go back, and our next one is contributions. So here also gives me even more information about why he is famous, or what he or she is famous for. So on that page, I learned that Captain Underpants is a series. He sold more than 80 million books based on that. So that's something really cool about him. Again, that's a lot. That's most of the information I'm getting from Pebble Go. So again, if you don't fill out your whole graphic organizer just because of Pebble Go, that's why I told you to look at both places. Look at Pebble Go and look at Epic. So I'm now going to go to my Epic book and open it up. In Epic, I've already kind of read through this book so that we can fill out the graphic organizer. And it actually gives you some fun facts, which is another heading on your graphic organizer. So from this page, I have found a couple more things that I could fill out on my graphic organizer. I can fill out, Dog Man series is also very well known. That was from Pebble Go as well. But he wrote and illustrated his work. That wasn't in the Pebble Go, but it is said in the Epic book that he didn't just write his stories, he illustrated his work as well. And then it does say, it's actually listed it twice, that he had dyslexia and ADHD. And the reason I decided to put that down as a fun fact is because that is the reason why he had so much trouble in school. So it was a big part of not just his early life, but what made him start writing comics. And it also talked about how he comes up with the book titles first. And that was one of the fun facts that was listed on in the book right here. So it goes on. Oh, this is the page that talks about the fun fact of him listing his book titles first. So these are really a great resource, this book, and there's a couple different books on that are part of the same series that written by the same author that have these same features. So make sure you're looking for different books on Epic for your interesting person. And then I'll keep on going on, looking for fun facts. There's some more about him, Captain Underpants, how he started writing he first started writing comic books when he was in 2nd grade. And so here, I thought that was really interesting in that he actually created the character, Captain Underpants, when he was in 2nd grade. He didn't go on to write the book until later on, but the character, was created when he was in 2nd grade. So I added those down to the fun facts as well. Here, we're looking for where in the world today is Dave Pilkey. And so I have, again, gone through Pebble Go or Epic, the book on Epic, and I have found a page that talks about what is he doing now, okay? I want you to look about if your person is still alive, where is he today? And so right here, it kind of talks about that he's living in the Pacific Northwest with his wife, and he spends a lot of time in Japan. So that is a spot, that information is what I can add to where is in the world is Dave Pilkey today. And I kind of put today up there because that's what they're asking about. Where is that person today? Up here on character traits, this, after I've read all my information, these character traits are adjectives that describe the noun, right? So adjectives are words that will describe Dave Pilkey, but not just describe what he looks like, describe his character, the way he behaves, his personality. And you might be able to find those some character traits in the book, but you might just have to think outside of the box. And one thing I know about Dave Pilkey is that he's funny. All of his books are based on humor, and so his humor is what caused him to create some of the books. So I would think of him, one character trait is that he's funny. He's also very creative. Some of the characters that he's created in his books are very interesting. So that would be a good character trait for him. Persistent. This one's one that I thought was important because he didn't just give up. He kept trying and trying. It said that in one of the books I read, it said that he tried to get one copy published 23 different times, and it got turned down 23 different times. So he's very persistent. He doesn't give up. So that is some examples of how you're going to use your books in Epic and the books in Pebble Go to help you fill out your graphic organizer. So again, your goal for today and tomorrow will be filling out your graphic organizer using the information that you research. So you will have 2 days to work on this. When you have finished filling out your graphic organizer, take a picture of it through Seesaw or of your notes so that your teacher knows that you've been working and that you're finished collecting information. On Thursday, I will be creating another video showing you how to now take our notes and start our sloppy copy for our biography. Have a great rest of the week.